Today's review is brought to you by the Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund. You can donate at the link below. Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today I'm sitting in an Alfa Romeo Giulia in the beautiful red interior package. Wow! Holy crap, is this car blinging. This is pretty car. Right down to everything. So I'm going to take some time because there's a lot to look at. Also watch for how to connect your Bluetooth to this and a few other things going with this car. Plus a full review coming soon. All right. So we'll just start in the usual spots. Over here, doors, windows, etc. Over here, windows right here, mirrors up here. You can also see if I can get a better angle. You can also pull this down towards you, so you can grab it and pull it, and that will fold in the mirrors. So if you're going through a car wash or something, otherwise the mirrors fold automatically when you lock the car. So there's that, and then you just switch it for right and left. And you can see the radio there, Harman Kardon. Sounds kind of cool. Harman Kardon. Anyway, first the speakers for that. Here's door locks. Here's the door handles, and then you can see this faux carbon fiber. Pretty sure it's fake. I don't think it's real. It could be, and if it is, I'll let you know. Over here is the first of the vents with a nice vortex. I love these vents. Too bad they didn't do them throughout the car. They only did them on these corners, but they're really awesome. Now, let's go back to this steering wheel. There is a few things happening on this steering wheel. So here's your cruise control stuff. You turn it on here, resume here, you set it here, and then move. You can toggle this up and down also for speed settings, and then here's your following distance. This has really good adaptive cruise. Surprisingly good, but not terribly surprising given that in the end this is a Fiat Chrysler product, and I have yet to be in one that doesn't have good. Here's a weird placement for your engine stop start. So when you get in the car, after you look over here, you don't see anything, and you're like, how do I start this thing? Is it down here? No, where is it? There you go. It's right there. Giant Alfa Romeo. Isn't that beautiful? It's funny, that means like king lover or top lover or something like that. Anyway, over here are your infotainment and telematic controls. So you have track settings here, volume is here, you can push it to mute, and then here's your voice control, which works very well in this car, even if you don't speak Italian. Works really well. Up here is your phone, right? So you activate your phone with that. Over here, first of the gigantic paddle shifters. You just want to rip this off and stab people with it. It's huge. But it does not follow the steering wheel. Notice that. It's fixed to the column, which is part of the reason why it's so giant. So you can grab it from all these different spots just with a finger or something when you're turning the wheel, if you need to. Over here are the windshield washer wipers. They are pretty straightforward, not a lot to think about as far as how they work. So you missed by pulling forward. Here's your speeds right here. These first two you notice are automatic, and missed back there. So let me see if I can, there you go. And then you have your button right here that brings up the menu like that. So you can flip through the driver information menus. That is important to know because it took a minute for me to realize that that is where to find that. See? All right. So we'll look at some stuff on that a little bit later. Over here is your signal turns as well as your brights and so forth, and then that right there is lane keeping assist. So also remember that, and the other giant stab you in the face paddle shifter. Now looking at the, wow, it all fits. That's awesome. Okay, looking at the instrument cluster over here, here's your engine heat. This has been running for a little while because I went and did some more photography with it. Over here is your tachometer. You can see where it redlines. And there are a couple of warning lights inside there. Over on this side, you have your miles per hour, Canuck miles per hour. Here's your fuel. This is pretty good on fuel, but it's not great. It's a bit of a hog. And it's, holy crap, turning off the climate is killing me. It's hot in here. So there's that, and there's your fuel. Over here, you can see a few things. I have about 300 miles to go and empty. There's the mileage on the car, and so on and so forth. Now, when I flip through these menus, right now you're looking at the real-time miles per hour digital gauge. Here's trip A, which is my current trip. So you can see what I've done, 25.1 miles per gallon, according to the computer. I did not do any independent tests in this car because, honestly, if you're buying this car, you're probably not terribly concerned about fuel economy. You want decent fuel economy, but you're not like, it's not a top metric for buying this car. Honest. Just be honest with yourself. Over here, basically the same trip. I think this trip was set right when they filled it up before they brought it to me. So there you go. You got a few other things. There's a G meter, which is kind of neat, and that's about it. But you don't need a whole lot else with this car. So you can see across the top, this is semi-permanent up there. And then you can set more things if you want to change stuff using this infotainment screen. Look how well integrated it is into this dash. Just look at the dash as a whole and look how well integrated that is. Really cool. But there's a failing. This is Alfa Romeo system, so it is Fiat Alfa Romeo system. It is not Uconnect from Chrysler, which would be even way better. But it's controlled with this right here. So you use the command knob to control it. This is the main menu. So when you push that menu button that's down there, this is where you end up. And then you can scroll through different things to do different things. So on the car, that's the one I would look at. Here are the drive settings, which I'll show you later. And actually, we want to look at the car status. So there are drive settings. That was what was in the middle. Right now, this is what we're looking at. So you can see the tires right here, and then if you go over, you're looking at maintenance intervals, oil levels. There's pretty cool stuff in here. I really like the way that works. And then in the settings, this is where you'll find things like changing that driver information screen a little bit, fine-tuning the driver's assistance setups, stuff like that. Lots of little things. If you own this car, I would spend time in there. If you don't own this car and you're just driving it on a weekend or something, probably not worth the trouble. So there you go. That's how that works. Pretty neat. Down here is your Duke's lights. Here's some vents that I wish were on right now because I'm dying. Down here are your climate controls. You can see it has sync because it is dual zone. Here's your AC and so forth. I don't think any of this requires explanation. Here's your bun warmers and steering wheel, and also bun warmer over there. So you have heating all the way across. Here's a USB. As far as I know, it's the only one, well, it is the only one up front, but there are some in the center console thing I'll show you. Down here's drink holders. They're pretty good size. You can get bigger than a Starbucks in here, but you won't get your giant gulp in there. And then it has this beautiful bougie cover. Look at this. Bougie cover. That's what I call them. Bougie cover. It's very bourgeois. So this is your cover. Also the carbon fiber thing. And just opens and closes like that. Really pretty. Here's your shifter. One of my downers with this car. I don't like Alfa Romeo shifters. I don't like the way they feel. Not the automatics. So basically you pull it down, you pull the trigger up here, you pull it down to drive, right? And then you can push it over into manual, and then you can shift with this or with those paddle shifters. And then you push that to park. Okay, and then the rest of them, like up forward is reverse, and then neutral's right there. But I don't like the way it feels. It just feels too small and delicate. It should be bigger and meatier because this is supposed to be a sports car. But, you know, don't look at me. I'm not an expert. Wait. Yes, I am. All right. No. But that is a personal preference. Other people are going to have different feelings about it. Down here, here's your radio control. So volume, you can go back and forth for that, for stuff, and then you can push it to mute. Here is your Alfa Romeo DNA. DNA. Yeah. So you got dynamic, normal, and what does A mean? Dynamic, normal, and something else. Hey, everybody's got a different name for stuff, and I can't ever remember what it is. Dynamic, normal, and I don't know, athletic or something. I'll look it up, and I'll put it across the bottom. But there you go. There's the Alfa Romeo DNA control, and you basically just turn it. It's really simple. So not a lot of, you know, and it changes the screen. So there's dynamic. There you go. See? Pretty cool. I've been leaving it in dynamic because way more fun. Down here is the controls for that infotainment system. So you can turn the knob, move the knob back and forth, push it up and down. Over here are options. So if you have an option on whatever you're looking at, that is how you jump through the options. This is for the menu. Here's the parking brake. Works in American style, amazingly enough. You pull it up to set it, you push it down to release. Big old, see the red? Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, here's your armrest. Opens up like this. There is no latch, you just pull on it. Opens up like this. There's a couple of USBs, there's a 12 volt in there, and then there's this little thing that I don't know what you do with. You could drop maybe a garage door opener or something in it. And decent sized for what it is. That is a wireless charger down there. Not wireless charger. That is where you put the key. So if the key is broken or something like that, that's the RFID reader for the key fob. So you can still start the car even if the key fob has no power to it. Now I just want to look again. Look at this, and look at how the red works. Isn't that awesome? So pretty in here. You have adjustable thigh supports and a few other things in this particular model. But holy crap, is this pretty? Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Say hi to the other camera. Hi, camera. It's just beautiful. And then the back seats, which are cramped, but if you're sitting in the back seat of this car, it's because you're not special enough to be in the front. That's really all it comes down to. And look at these. I want to show this. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? But anyway, beautiful red. I love this red interior. I don't often always like red interiors, but this one, boom, I likes it. So, I'll show you the trunk. The trunk's pretty good size. You'll see that right now. I like the trunk in this. Good size for what it is. The engine is good. Lots of stuff. Watch for the full review of this car. Very, very well done. I really enjoy this Alfa Romeo more than I probably should, especially given that it's not the sportiest or the fastest or the bestest or whatever, but it's just a nice kind of all-around mid-level luxury package. It's just nicely done. So there you go. That's Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, sitting inside an Alfa Romeo Giulia. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.